insane! What? Oh my god! Moths! 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 So many insects! Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bart Coppens. I study butterflies and moths, and I am your favorite online entomologist. And today I'm going to moth trap in southeastern Brazil. That's right, I am back in Brazil. And I'm going to show you how to make a light trap that you can use to attract crazy species of wild insects. Just look at some of the moths here. Wow, some of them are very big, like this one. Okay, you can probably see it, but you know what? If we start the intro to this video, I will literally show you. Rare insects never seen before on YouTube exclusive. Today we are trapping moths with a special light bulb that will attract rare insects. Welcome to the Brazilian Atlantic Rainforest Entomology series. My name is Bart Coppens and I study moths and other insects in Brazil. And tonight I'm going to activate a special light bulb that attracts insects in the darkness of the night, so I can document and research them. And I'm going to show you how I built the trap. Hope you are excited because this video contains a lot of species that I am the only person to film on camera so far. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Alright, this is going to be a bit complicated. Let me put this cable through here. And this is going to go through a transformer. There we go. The most annoying thing about moth trapping is setting it up. Oh, what's this? It's blocked somehow. Let me check that. This is the boring part of the video. People are here to see moths, not a buffoon play with electrical cables like a man-child. But you know what? This is to convey the more annoying parts of the job that are a reality after all. Okay, let's see how we do this. Don't try this at home. Bart Coppens and electrical equipment safety are not compatible. Bzz, oh, just kidding. So the cable is running through here. It's going to feed the power. Oops, already died almost. So the cable is going through here. And then I'm using a transformator because it's a 220 volt light, I believe. But the power in Brazil is 110. So let's see. After that we are going to have to feed the power through this power outlet. And then, that's my tripod, yeah. I'm gonna use this staircase at the side of this amazingly cute house. Now, if this part bores you, you should skip it, right? You probably just want to see the moths. You think, Bart Coppens, you're a boring asshole. Show me the moths. Right. Let's see if any of this works, boys and girls. And other genders. Haha. Alright. So here I have the transformator that's connected. Wait, not yet. I don't want to get electrocuted. First I'm gonna fix the light. It's a mercury vapor light bulb, a very special one. Yeah. So here's the light socket. There we go. I'm gonna go up the stairs. And first put the light in here. Yep. Let's see if we survive this. And then I think I'm going to put the light here, literally through the stairs. That's the advantage of the height that we have here. On the side of the house, just literally through the stairs like this. Can you see the light? It's going down. Oops, let's do it like this. Now we probably need a white sheet. But first let's see if it works without setting it on fire. Well, there we go. And God said, let there be light. Oh, that doesn't sound very good. Let me think. I'm starting to believe that the power is here 220 and not 110. I'm getting scared. But maybe I don't need the transformator. Let's give it a try. Hey, it's working. And it's not catching fire. Okay, whew. So guys, what you saw right there was Bart Coppens almost electrocuting himself. Did you hear the sound? That's why you always try to check the voltage before you mess around with electrical cables. I was wrong. Turns out I don't need this component, and it would have caught fire if I let it burn any longer. Thankfully the noise warned me that I was doing something stupid. To increase the effectiveness of the light we need a white surface, because the white surface will reflect the light better and give the moths a place to land. I'm not well prepared, so I'm gonna use my belt, like the belt that I use for my pants and my own bed sheets. Yeah, it's gonna get stained, but who cares? I stain my bed sheets every night anyway. Anyway, let's go. How do we do this? This is going to be the world's most unprofessional moth trap, but who cares? The moths probably don't care that much. Feel free to criticize my ways though. I deserve it. There's lots of better ways to make a setup like this, but I'm lazy and under-equipped. But it doesn't matter. As long as some moths show up, I'm going to be happy. If this works, I'm going to laugh, because it's going to be so silly. Literally the belt of my own pants. Wow, can you imagine it? Yeah, come on. Come on. Without a belt, also avoid the spanking tonight. Just kidding. It was a joke. La 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 la. Oh my gosh, is it working? It's working, I can't believe it. I actually pulled it off. My gosh. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I mean, it's not that professional, but hey, if it works, right? So, yeah. And now we're going to see if tonight, if there's any moths willing to come to this setup. So now we do have a very nice slope here with rainforest. I'm in southeastern Brazil. If we look down, we can see just how high up in the mountains I are. Just look at this beautiful view. There's beautiful flowers here. Look at the city in the distance. So this is where I'm staying right now. This is the city of Nova Friburgo here in the background. Very beautiful, as you can see. Wow, that's incredible. Itororó is a very beautiful place, and everybody watching this video should visit Itororó. This is my little house. Whew. Almost set myself on fire. But this should be sufficient to attract moths. And now we wait for the sun to go down. And we check back to see if there's cool insects. Works for me. Here, have some nice orchids, by the way. Oh wait, are they even orchids? They look like orchids, but I'm not sure. They could be lilies. I'm a terrible botanist. It's getting dark out here. I'm a nocturnal animal. I love the night and its beautiful animals. Let's check the moth trap. Alright, it's a full moon today, which means that it's not great conditions for moth trapping. Despite the conditions being against me, I just walk up to the sheet. Oh my god. And I see a glorious amount of insects. Oh my god, this is going to be an excellent night. Woo, I'm so happy. Let's look closer. Tonight I am doing research on insects, in particular the silk moths in southeastern Brazil. I would like to investigate them and the local species. And we are currently on a mountain, higher altitude. I believe our altitude should... Oh wow, did you see that? I believe our altitude is around 1200 meters, which is not insanely high, but definitely high altitude. You can feel just the climate here is getting colder. And wow, look at the things that we have. Wow, wow, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what a light trap looks like. Light traps are used by entomologists to attract insects and study them up close. And today I am in southeastern Brazil, near Rio de Janeiro, in the mountains, near a town called Nova Friburgo. And because of the high altitude, it is a little bit colder here, and the cold climate attracts different insects that live in the mountains that are different from the ones that live in the low-level rainforest. And I just show you some incredible diversity here. It's already looking great, we just got started. But let's take a look, for example, at this awesome hawk moth here. I'll take it later for a close-up, but this is just a preview for you guys to enjoy, alright? Just a little preview. And take a look at some of the other insects here. So this is a very small species of silk moth, a Hylesia. But there's a lot of stuff going on here right now. If we look on the floor, we see insects too. Here we see a very large silk moth, which I will identify later. And we just see a lot of insects being attracted here right now. This is my butterfly net. I put it against the wall. And a lot of moths have flown down. And they're just attracted to it. Ironic how when the moths already fly into your net. I count 2 species of Saturnid silk moths here. What looks like potentially 2 species of geometrids. And some very small species down there. I don't know which family, but we're going to find out. I'm going to take my time to closely make close-ups of all these wonderful insects. Ah, here we have a wonderful green Xylophanes. And don't worry guys, the close-ups are coming. I take all the insects for a wonderful close-up. Just a nice preview of all the things that we already got. Like I just set up the trap. Ooh, here on the wall. There's another beautiful moth. And this kind of silk moth, we're having a lot of species right now. I'll have to go and ID it. And even on the floor we see so much interesting stuff. Like, oh, look at this moth here. It's green. It's just emerald green. What an amazing camouflage it has. And if we look down here, these small black things are Hylesias. Hylesia silk moths are some of the smallest silk moths that you'll find in Brazil, and there's 55 species of them. Most of them are gray, brown or black, so identifying them is very hard. Sometimes you need to even dissect them to see the differences because they can be internal and not visible externally. Wow guys! Look at the crazy, ooh, that's so beautiful. Look at this one. Let me zoom in on it. Wow. This one is so green. Literally though. That's beautiful. Let's see if we zoom out if we get different colors. Yeah, it helps that I have a light with me. Little lamp here. What else have we got? Even on the cable here there's a cool moths. Oops, that doesn't look great. Wow, even on the staircase next to the light trap. Just look at this diversity. Let's get some cool color on this one. Ooh, that's a nice one. This appears to be one of the many species of tiger moths here, the arctids. They're incredibly common here. Here's my Monster Energy drink. It will keep me awake at night. What did I see? No way. Did you guys see this? Oh, this is a click beetle, guys. But a very large one. Let's zoom in on it. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at this huge click beetle. And it just went to a defensive mode because my torch is shining inside its face. And it's probably overwhelmed by the light. But look at this awesome, very big click beetle. Wow, I'm going to take close-ups of all these animals later. So keep watching the video. Don't skip, guys. Don't skip. This is some really good stuff. This is grade A material. And guys, this is why I want to travel for my YouTube channel, yeah? Traveling is usually very difficult for me because it's time consuming, it's expensive. And my channel is demonetized, so it's hard for me to afford it or find sponsors, but... And maybe this is self-promotion, but you know what? I have to promote myself, no one else is doing it. This, guys, what you're looking at right now, this content is what I can make for you every day. If I can grow my channel bigger. Oh my god, this tiger moth is amazing, guys. Wow! Look at its color, it's so shiny, it's like a jewel. Oops, sorry, I got distracted. Something was itching. I was afraid it was a wasp. I'm a bit scared of some of the wasps here, they can sting very hard. So this moth kind of mimics a wasp if you use your imagination. It's part of the many tiger moths here in the area that kind of mimic wasps. There are so many species of them. Oh my god! Look at that pearlescent abdomen. That's honestly just gorgeous. What? And these animals are colorful and toxic, so they usually get left alone by predators. That's kind of cool. Other moths get eaten all the time by birds and bats, but these guys... I'm sure they have natural predators as well, like spiders. Some of them are immune against toxin or mantids. But generally speaking, they have less predators because they have chemical defense. That's a generalization. Not all the arctids, not all the tiger moths are chemically defended, but most of them are, which is why they have such bright colors and sometimes a bitter smell. It's because of alkaloids and pyrazines that they can have. And this, ooh, this click beetle is so fascinating. This is wonderful. This place is full of life. And here we see some rainforest, guys. Some very big rainforest that I'm moth trapping in. And all the moths and insects we see are coming out of the forest, being attracted to my light. Ooh, it's kind of scary here at night, isn't it? Wow. Okay, let's go back to the light. Let's take another close look at what we find. Ah. This is another species of silk moth. It's common in Brazil. Let's zoom in on this one, otherwise the colors will be bad. Ah, oh, that's beautiful. What a beautiful silk moth. This is a Saturnid. I think its name is Periga. Again, there's many Periga species here in Brazil, and to identify each of them can be tough. But I like a challenge, so we're going to try and identify this one later. This is just me doing a... I wonder what else is in my net. We have to be careful. Sometimes... Oh my god, what's this? Ooh, that's a big silk moth. Light. Guys, we need light. Right now. Right now. Oh my god. There's just a big silk moth here chilling in my net. And this is one of the many local species of Dervia. So what's cool about the larvae of Dervia is they're toxic and venomous. If you touch them, they have dangerous venomous spines. The moths themselves, of course, are quite harmless. pretty harmless, but at the same time don't mess if you see caterpillars of Dirvia. Some of them will hurt you pretty badly. That is insane, isn't it? Ooh. Are you enjoying the moth show? Wow. And down here, there's some giant cerambacid beetles, like a giant longhorn beetle. And just to show you its size, I'll put my shoe next to it. That's kind of big, isn't it? Oh, hi there, there's another beautiful silk moth. Oh, look at those beautiful colors. Amazing arrangement of colors, wow. This is such good stuff, guys. Well, here's some more darkness. Spooky darkness, I don't like spooky darkness. Another giant cerambacid. Wow. Are you guys impressed yet? And on the other side of the sheet there's even more insects, but I'm a bit paranoid because the wasps here are evil. But can you see that on the, if I look behind it, there's even more insects just waiting for me. We'll show more close-ups of all of this later. Oh my god. Alright, boys and girls. It's time to take the insects for some beautiful close-ups. This is what you waited for. I can't wait to get started. Which one shall we take first, huh? Alright, boys. The beetle lovers are going to be pleased today because the first species I want to start with is this discolic beetle. It's not a moth, but it fascinates me so much. Ooh. Check this out, it clicks. Ooh. That is fascinating. Ooh. Let's take it for the close-up. Ooh. So what we do for the close-up is we place it here on a cutting board. And hopefully it will turn itself upright. And then we place an artificial light around it for the best lighting. And let's see the result. Wow, this is a very interesting click beetle. It is from the diverse genus Semiotis. Did you know that there are about 90 species of Semiotis known to science? In this case, I believe the species is called Semiotis distinctus, and this species can be found in southern Brazil, Paraguay and Argentina. The click beetle species here in southeast Brazil are very diverse and sometimes very large. This species can be found in southern Brazil, Paraguay and Argentina. We should be very careful with these nasty wasps. They come to the light. This is a nocturnal species of wasp that's very common in Brazil. It's called the Central American paper wasp. Scientific name Apoica pallens. And these things can be killers if you upset them. If we zoom out, we'll see that we have a nice amount of moths here. But between the moths there's many of these guys. And the thing is, they seem a bit docile right now. But I've seen what happens if you upset one, then all of them will start attacking you. Not just one of them, all of them will swarm you. So you must be careful. For our next victim, I'd like to investigate this tiny sphinx moth. Let's be careful and not upset the wasps. There you go. Oh, that's a very cute little sphinx. Come on. Go in the container. Oh, good. Whew. Careful, there was a wasp. Ah, it's in the container. Let's take it for a close-up. This colorful little fella is going to be mine also. I can't resist a nice species of tiger moth. Yep. Got it. Let's take it for a close-up and identify it. Saturnid number 1. Careful. Wow. This animal is so beautiful. Wow. Just collecting all the Saturnids right now. Let's put him into the cage. This is Saturnid number 1. A male. Too bad it's a male. I'd like to have eggs of some female of this species. Alright. Saturnid number 2. Here we go. It's beautiful now, I know. It's very beautiful, but we're going to make a close-up of it. And the close-up is gonna be even more beautiful, so let's put it in the cage. Again, this is a male, unfortunately. I would like to have females finally. Oop. Giant beetle, we'll do that one later. But first we do Saturnid number 4. Whoop. Hey buddy. Let's get you, Saturnid number 4, into the cage right now. Saturnid number 5 now, as you can see. Oh, that's a wasp. Fuck off. Oops, sorry for the language. Wasps, they make me swear. I'm a little bit scared of them. Saturnid number 5. Oops. I will get that one later. Let's make this silly thing number 5 then. Don't worry guys, close-ups are coming. Saturnid number 5. Oop. This one has a very bright orange abdomen. So these are all related species. Ceroderphia or just complete Derphia. Regular Derphia, Ceroderphia, Derphiopsis, etc. And they all have like this red display on their abdomen. If you've seen on my moth cycles episode, you've seen I raised a few of these species as well. Whoop. Let's put it in the cage with the other Saturnids. Lots of Saturnids tonight, and all of them seem to be hemileucinae so far. This area is full of... Whoop, there goes another one. We're getting... Whoop, pretty much another one. Oh, I'm so frustrated. Why are they only males? I love to have a female of anything. Man. Yep, another male. Sadly. Oh my god, look at this collection of Saturnid moths. And now you can see how common males are. Males, 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 males. All of this is males. Sometimes you can do nights of moth trapping and you get many... Oh wait, here's a hawk moth. Never mind that hawk moth. Hello, would you like to focus, camera? Please cooperate. Ah, there you go. Here's a little hawk moth from earlier. Cute. And here's more males. I need some females, man. I would love to have females. Yep, another male. It's very fresh looking. But it's gonna be so much Saturnids though. So much Saturnids. Beautiful ones nonetheless. And I'd like to get more variety though. Like we have a lot of Saturnids, but we have like 10 individuals of 3 species. And 3 related ones at that. These small Hylesia are also Saturnids. They're really tiny Saturnids. But I'm not going to do them yet. think I'll do them after the other Saturnids that we have. I think all of these are male. Hylesia females are also kind of rare. And what's also sad is if I get females, they sometimes don't even have eggs. That sucks. I think Hylesia, they only fly after they laid the eggs. Yep. Another male Saturnid. Yeah. Figures. There we go. Another male. Another Oops. Another Saturnid male. Same species over and over. It's getting kind of repetitive. Right guys, something big arrived. I hope it's something new. Or a female of something old. I'm getting a ridiculous and stupid amount of males. I just need one good female full of eggs. Then we can do breeding. Ooh, whatever it is, it's big. It looks bigger than my other moth so far. Did it just land? Are you ready to learn about insects? Yes, that's right. We love to learn about entomology. People love to learn about animals if you make it fun and engaging. So I'm thinking, guys, now it's time to collect all the Saturnidae. Now let me ask you, what are Saturnidae? The Saturnidae is the family of silk moths, or also known as the emperor moths. It's a family of big moths with about 2000 species. Most people who watch my videos and who are a fan of my channel, they are Saturnid fans. Why are Saturnid moths so popular? Well, it's my fault, because most of my videos are about Saturnids. They're my favorites. And that's why if you are somebody who enjoys my video, you're inevitably going to see many Saturnids. But we're gonna see other stuff too tonight. Sounds like an owl. So first I'm gonna collect all the Saturnids, and I have just the perfect thing. I have pop-up cages here with me, and it folds open. Oop. It was a bit intense. And in here I can store all the insects like this. Yeah? These cages are very useful, and they also have a zipper that you can open, and I can put insects inside of this. So let's first collect and photograph all the Saturnids. Okay, that's the first family to start with. So all these tiny black things are Hylesias. Let's just collect them, because I'm going to educate you about them, yeah? We're here to learn about moths. And these moths are actually very important for the environment, because the Hylesias are super common. So they're actually some of the most important species. Just collecting all the Hylesia in here. Woo! In just a few minutes I already have an insane amount. Let's see how many we can collect. Now don't worry, they're a little bit stressed, but this doesn't harm them. And besides, these only live for a few days. But if you want to learn about biology of the insects here, you need to understand Hylesia. These Saturnids are very small and super abundant. Alright guys, just to see how insane the Hylesia are in this area, I'm going to release a few of them in this cage that I collected in only a few minutes time. Oh, see all the crazy scales coming out? That's the defensive hair. There you go. These are just some I just collected in a minute. And these are all... most of them are males. And I think most of them are the same species too. And these are all Saturnid moths, believe it or not. These tiny things are like pests. And this is one of the most common Saturnid moths that you'll ever see in South America, the Hylesias. And there's many more of them. I could collect a whole cage full if I wanted to. Alright guys, this is what a Hylesia looks like. They are... Alright guys, this is a very important silk moth that I want you guys to learn about today for your small biology lesson. This is a Hylesia silk moth. I'm not even sure which species of Hylesia it is, but I'm telling you these are some of the most important silk moths that you'll ever find in South America. The genus is very big. I forgot how many species there are in the genus. I think there's over 100 species of Hylesia maybe. And all of them are very hard to identify because most species are just straight black, straight brown or gray. And sometimes there are cryptic species who look the same, and the difference you can only find it by dissecting them. They're also really, their success is enormous in South America. They are very widespread. And you can find these in huge numbers. These are probably some of the most numerous silk moths, at least here in Brazil. Now, which Hylesia species this is, I really cannot say at the moment. I need to have my identification guide with me. So this species is gray-black. Black abdomen. Some species have an orange abdomen. They also have defensive hairs, like irritating hairs. And if you touch them, it can be very itchy. They're caterpillars, they live in groups and can be very venomous. And I always wanted to raise some, but it's very hard to find females that will lay eggs. They're very cute, they do have very cute face. Very cute eyes. See that? So the Hylesias are very nice. And they are very numerous tonight. And just to prove a point, guys, I am going to take a little jar and collect for 5 minutes all the Hylesia that I can see, and then release them in a cage. And let me show you how many Hylesia there are. It's insane. Wow, that's crazy, isn't it? Just look at how many we have. Can you see how many? These are all Saturnids. And I think, in fact, most of them are males. I think I see 2 different species. One species with an orange abdomen, one with a black abdomen. Let me show you some close-ups, because this is weird, huh? Now here's just some of the males of the Hylesia. Actually, I think almost all of them are males, I'm not sure. It would be nice to have females, but females tend to be a bit rare. So these are all the Hylesia I collected in just a very short time, just to prove my point. And it seems like, I think, whoa, could this one be a female? I'm not sure. It seems we have 2 species here, like one has an orange abdomen, as you can see. It would be nice if my camera cooperated. So this is the orange abdomen Hylesia. They tend to have like a thick abdomen with hairs, and these hairs can be noxious. So this is the orange abdomen one. And I also notice there is another species here, it's more rare. This one has black hairs on the abdomen, can you see that? So I have to identify that later. So that's, I think, at least this is the black-haired species. I have to look in literature. So these are very fascinating. And what's interesting is it's actually kind of rare to get a female, despite the fact that males are so rare. But the females of Hylesia almost never fly, and when they do, they usually have no more eggs left, unfortunately. Now, when it comes to butterflies and moths, people always have a bias against common species. So when you talk to quote-unquote Saturnid or silk moth enthusiasts, most of them can tell you everything about the Luna moth. They can tell you everything about the Madagascar moon moth, but they are clueless about stuff like Hylesia. That's a bit backwards, because if you think about it, these common and overrepresented moths are actually more important. Of course, I don't like to quantify organisms in terms of importance or value. All of them are important and valuable. But you have to think that species that are so common in the environment, so overrepresented, have a bigger impact than the rare stuff. But when it comes to butterflies and moths, there is often a bias where people are the most interested in the most beautiful and the most rare species, but very uninterested in just the black, brown, common stuff. But the black, brown, common stuff is for the nature, for the environment, the most important. If you are an insectivore like a bird, you're not snacking on rare moths all day. You're going to grab what's available, and these things, and I don't know if birds actually eat them, that's just a conjecture. But generally speaking, it's true, the most common, the most prevalent, right? The one with the highest abundance species have the highest impact on the environment, right? Let's come up with a silly analogy, right? For example, if, I don't know, take something like grass, right? Like, if grass disappeared, the world would have a bigger problem than if like a rare Brazilian orchid just disappeared. Despite the fact that most people prefer the rare orchid over simple grass. And yes, I know grass is not one species, guys. Grass is many species. It can't be generalized like that. But I hope you understand the metaphor. You can apply it to something else as well. Like if common sparrows or crows disappeared, it would be devastating to nature. Whereas, I don't know, if a rare threatened species of, I don't know, hummingbird disappeared, it would be sad, but it would have a smaller impact. And of course, it's not a Pokemon game, it's not a contest about which organism is the most important, you know, the most important animal. It's a very human trait to want to quantify everything just in terms of, value. Sometimes value is hard to quantify, and I think every organism is worth protecting and conserving. But it is a bit double to think of people who want to be silk moth experts, but they really don't know about the species like Hylesia. Yeah, that's like you're missing the basics. This is literally the most common and important stuff. Okay guys, a quick interruption, but if you want to learn about moths in South America, it is very important to understand the genus Hylesia, because they are some of the most common silk moth species throughout all of South and Central America. Not just that, they are also one of the most diverse genera of Saturniidae or emperor or silk moths. There are about 100 species of them known to science, and no doubt there are still many undescribed and undiscovered species of them, because not many people study these little creatures. Perhaps it's the fact that the majority of them can be plain brown, grey or black, which makes it less appealing for people to take a close look at them. Not just that, a lot of species are hard or impossible to tell apart without DNA testing or dissecting them. They can have very complex species complexes. However, a number of species is distinct looking, and some of them can have very interesting forms or pretty colors in some cases. Stinging moths. That's right, the adults of Hylesia have venomous hairs in some cases that can strongly irritate your skin. Most moths are not considered to be harmful if you just touch them, but Hylesia are an exception, because some of these moths are venomous as adults. The hairs that they have on their abdomens can be hollow and inject irritating agents. Sometimes, if the moths are very common, they spread so much hairy scales that it becomes hard to breathe for people. These hairs are also used to cover the eggs that they lay. The female spreads them all over the egg cases so other animals don't bother to touch them. They are dangerous little creatures, especially the caterpillars. All of them are armed with venomous spines, and some species can hurt quite a bit. Do not touch them. The host plants of Hylesia are really numerous and hard to generalize, and many of their life cycles are in fact still unknown to science as well. Very, very interesting. Now honestly, if I wanted to, I could collect more of them as well. Like, this is just a few minutes of effort. I could literally go to the moth trap and just... I could collect 10 times more. Well, maybe not 10 times. But at least double the amount. Because more of them are still arriving. The night is... It's right like around 1 o'clock right now at night. And the Hylesias are just coming in massive numbers tonight. There you go. So yeah. So interesting to know is that the larvae, the caterpillars of Hylesia, are actually very venomous. They can be very painful if they are touched, and maybe that explains also some of their success, because they are masters of survival. And not all species of them are pests, but some of them can be major defoliators. Of course, this is a generalization. And some people don't like that they can eat food crops. Some species can eat stuff like guava, mango. Some of them can be quite generalist or even affect commercial crops. I think they can also be defoliators of eucalyptus, which is an introduced invasive plant here, so that you're getting a native species that's becoming overabundant because they can feed on an introduced invasive plant, right? Hylesia, these are not invasive. I'm pretty sure these are native. They're really cool moths though. I like to see them as the ants of the Saturnids, if that makes sense. It totally probably doesn't make sense. Probably will find this weird. Oh yeah, and another thing is they are so small, they only have a lifespan of a few days. So I'm gonna release all of them back into nature, of course. And it's funny because we all have males, like all of this, I'm pretty sure all of this is male. And if you touch them, they do a thread pose where they curl the abdomen. It's really kind of neat. Let's see, do we have any females at all? No. So this shows how rare the females can be. The females are out there, but they hardly ever fly. And this is why you rarely see them in the insect hobby as well. There's actually a big hobby market for silk moths, for Saturnids. But you almost never see anyone raise Hylesias. And that's a good thing because they are pests. Now, I'm not a big fan of regulating the hobby and telling people that every species is a pest and you're not allowed to keep exotic animals. But these, in my opinion, these moths should not be exported to other countries because they are a biosecurity threat. Because they are major defoliators. They have venomous larvae. As you can see, they are highly overpopulated, successful survivors. And we could end up with a situation that's almost like the formerly known as the gypsy moth, I guess. Although they changed its name. Now it's the spongy moth or the devourer moth, if you will. Limantia dispar. An introduced species in the United States of America that causes $350 million of damage per year to the native forest. It destroys and defoliates native oak trees just because somebody introduced this moth to the United States. So introduced moth species can be very harmful. And I agree, stuff like atlas moths are not pests. Okay, they are not pests, and outlawing them makes no sense. But when it comes to these Hylesias, I support them being banned. Like, you need a permit. This is dangerous stuff. These are very potent potential pests, and I'm getting annoyed that my camera doesn't focus right now. Starting to be quite annoying. Oh, there you go. This keeps focusing on the dumb background for some reason. Stop that. Well, there you go. Such cool animals. Ooh, that was a lot of... Ooh, that was a lot of work. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a towel, it's because I'm on a mountaintop and it's really cold and I was dumb, I forgot my vest. Let's take a small break while we check what moths are going to arrive. Oh, there's actually some nice stuff here. Just another big Dirfia moth. Yeah, it's hard to show it to you because it's very hard to show you the correct lighting. Let me adjust the cam a little bit, but now you can't see the moths. That's a problem. Can you even... Oh, that's annoying. Here's a nice Dirfia moth. See, it's a saturnid with an orange abdomen. Don't worry, you'll get the close-up later. There you go. I just want to say I'm quite grateful to be here, guys, in Brazil. I'll tell you, many years ago when I started this channel, I was a nobody. I was heartbroken. I tried to study biology 2 times and I failed. Because I had issues with concentration, I had issues with studying. As of today, I actually still don't have a degree. I guess on paper, I'm not sure if I could call myself a biologist. But I'm here to do research and I am about to publish research. And if you don't believe me, follow my channel, it's going to happen. I'm actually working on something. But I also want to say it's because of social media that I made it. And for that I'm really thankful. I am so incredibly obsessed with moths. They are really the only thing I think about and the only thing that makes me happy. I know that sounds very harsh. Like, are moths the only thing that makes you happy? Are you insane? Answer is yes, I am insane. I love nature, I love being with insects, I love talking about them. And I love how YouTube gave a person like me an opportunity to finally live his dream. And this is unmatched. Now guys, I would like to say cheers. Here's a Monster Energy. Don't drink them, kids, it's very unhealthy, okay? Don't be like Bart. I work very late at night counting all the moths. I'm trying to make a list of some of the local species in this area, and this can help their conservation. So this channel also helps butterfly and moth conservation, directly and indirectly. I'm also sharing this data with other entomologists, and studying life cycles here and many other things. Just wait for it, I promise, I'm not bluffing. There's actual research coming. So I guess I can call myself an entomologist, and it's crazy how I got here just because of social media. So here, this will help me prevent falling asleep. I'm gonna be honest, no, this is not a paid promotion, but I love the taste of Monster Energy. A lot of my friends don't like it, but I do. Maybe I'm just saying that because I'm an addict. But interesting is all the saturnids we got tonight, all the silk moths are from the same subfamily. They're all Hemileucinae, if you know what that means. That's the South American family of silk moths that are related to like Automeres, Lonomia, Dirfia, that kind of stuff. They have the stinging toxic larva with the big spines. Usually they have eye spots, but not always. Some species don't have eye spots and they can be beautifully camouflaged, like brown, green, black, grey. The Hylesia that we saw, they are Hemileucinae. The Cherodirfia and the Dirfias are Hemileucinae. It would be nice to see any Arsenura or Rothschildia from something from another subfamily. I haven't seen it yet. To the people who don't know the taxonomic terms, it sounds like I'm talking really crazy made-up language, but those who know, they know. This is good. Moth trapping is really fun. Guys, you should try it at home. Now, if you don't live in a tropical country, you're probably not going to attract a lot of giant moths. But you know what, in every country there is rare and cool species that you can find. I don't care where you live, unless you literally live like in Greenland, okay. But even in Greenland there's probably a few cool species that you can see. But if you live in the United States, it's a really good idea. If you live anywhere in Europe, it's a really good idea to moth trap. There's dozens of cool hawk moths you can find. If you're lucky, silk moths, leopard moths, tiger moths, all the groups are there. And you can do some research yourself. You can write them down, what species you found in your garden. You can measure them. You can weigh them, how heavy are they. You can make statistics, you know, how common are the males compared to the females, what's the male to female ratio in a light trap. Which habitat do they occur? And you would be surprised, even if you're a complete amateur, that you can still discover many new things about moths. And that's how I actually became successful on YouTube and successful as an entomologist. is because you don't always need a paper, you don't always need a degree. What you need is passion. Even a simple fool, a donkey, a silly dumbass like me, can just write down all the species he sees and go to an area where very few people have investigated it. I can film it, photograph, document, and then you'll see new stuff. No, I haven't discovered any new species yet. That would be nice. It could happen someday, but it's quite rare to discover new species. Even in Brazil, it's possible, but it's still hard. It could happen though. But it doesn't have to be new. Even about all the described species that are already known to science, there's a lot of things that are unknown to science. For example, here in Brazil, there are some species of silk moths of which a female has never been found, or there's only a few records, or there's no good pictures of them, and if I take a picture with my camera, I'm literally one of the first to have a good photo, and that's valuable too, right? It's maybe not the same as discovering a new species to science, but it's still something. Something you can do. Everyone can make a contribution. Everyone, please. If you're watching this, you are interested in seeing this, you can do this too. Just get light trapping equipment, guys. Start photographing, start writing, please start documenting. The environment needs passionate people. Insects are so important. Yeah, and they're declining too, you know. Wasn't it like 85% of all insect biomass that decreased in Europe? It was something like that. I forgot the exact figure. I think it didn't... I don't know the exact figures, but the majority of moths are declining, the majority of pollinators. Aquatic insects are really suffering, like dragonflies, but also things like stoneflies. It's a very depressing and sad situation, and it's also because no one cares about insects. Nobody is looking at them. Everybody wants to rescue the panda bear, save the whales. And I support that too. Whales and panda bears are important. We shouldn't let them go extinct. But what about the less charismatic animals, you know? Somebody needs to stand up for them as well. That's what I'm doing with my channel. I'm spreading awareness. Hopefully there are some young people watching getting inspired. I really hope so. That's my dream. Make insects great again. I should stop talking soon. It's time to go back to the insects, but just wanted to share that. Now, while I'm out here taking another break, I just want to say this. Guys, it's important, so listen. And I say this every video, and if you watch all my videos, you've heard this a million times. But my YouTube channel is demonetized by YouTube, and they refuse to tell me why. That means that if I upload a video, it gets a lot of views, it gets a lot of attention, I get more subscribers, my channel grows. It means that I'm not getting paid for it. Now, that may seem like a small inconvenience, but it's actually a threat to the existence of my channel. Because I literally travel the world to film insects, yeah? That's not cheap. I literally spend thousands of dollars on this trip to Brazil. And a lot of it has been paid for me because I'm sponsored. I am working here as an entomologist. But still, this camera equipment was not paid for me. I am being paid, or I'm being sponsored to work with insects. I'm not being sponsored to make YouTube videos. That's for myself. So, just stuff like flight tickets, travel costs, etc. is very, very hard for me to do. And I don't want to sound entitled. I'm absolutely not entitled. Okay, in a world where people are starving, people cannot afford to pay the bills. I am not a charity case. I'm not trying to win your sympathy, because... but it's rather like entertainment, right? So I would like to say, if you like my channel, if you like the show, if you enjoy my videos, if you think that you benefit from the work that I do on a consistent basis, consider tipping or donating to my channel. It will help me massively. It will help me incredibly much. It will help me to make more videos. The more money I make through YouTube, the bigger, the better and the cooler my videos are going to be. The more places I can travel, the more I can upgrade my cameras. Everything. I have more free time, I show you more insects. And it will ensure the survival of my channel. Because this channel is not always financially sustainable, which sucks. Because I have 30,000 subscribers. And sometimes I am essentially still losing resources while making videos. So if you like the show, consider buying a subscription to my Patreon. And you can buy a subscription to my channel. It costs like a minimum of $1 per month, which is the price of a pack of gum, for example. Or you can go to my Redbubble store where I sell designs that I make with insects. And if you buy a t-shirt or something, then I will make a few dollars from it as well. And these kind of donations are really important to my channel. Now, I hate bringing it up. I think it reduces the quality of my channel, the fact that I have to bring this up over like a broken record. It sucks. But it's how my channel has always survived. I have some very loyal viewers, some very loyal fans and subscribers who always have my back financially. And I would really like to thank them because of you this is possible. Because of you I am out here making over 1,500 insect videos. I'm not going to stop. Okay. But yeah. Now, money rules the world, unfortunately. I wish it didn't. I wish there was an alternative. I wish there was a company somewhere who would like to collaborate with me and say, Bart, let's do a sponsorship. We'll sponsor your videos. We'll support what you do. But the thing is, it's hard to convey what I'm doing, right? The companies, they don't understand. Because it's about insects. Insects are hard to market. It's not very popular. But who knows? It would be nice to finally have a good budget for my channel though. Like, if every month, for example, there was some kind of company who said, okay, we're sponsoring your channel and every month we'll give you this amount of budget. And in return I could promote them, for example, or mention them. I don't know. I don't want to sell my soul to the devil. I am not going to promote products or online gambling or things I don't support. So, I'm a crowdfunder, but I'm not somebody who will promote things that are shady or sell his integrity. So yeah. I think there's nothing wrong with asking as long as it's consensual, right? It's like buying a movie that you want to watch or a subscription to something like Disney Plus or Netflix. But yeah. Yeah. And YouTube refuses to tell me why my channel is demonetized. They don't want to say it. I send them emails, I don't even get a response. Or I just get an automatic response. It really sucks. It's kind of painful because I put so much time and effort in my videos. And I'm getting nothing for it from YouTube. Well, I'm basically helping their website. I'm attracting viewers to YouTube's website and in return I get nothing. Not even a human response. But you know what, I'm gonna stop talking about this because I see some really fascinating moths and we gotta document those. Ooh, here's a perfect wasp mimic. Very unusual. Okay, let's go. My videos take a lot of time and effort to make, but YouTube is not rewarding me for all my effort. My channel is permanently and completely demonetized. Therefore, I am more or less forced to beg for donations. Seriously though, this channel is completely demonetized, and if you like my show and the things I do, please consider tipping, donating or supporting me on Patreon. People who support me on Patreon also receive gifts from me in the form of custom-made merchandise. These include stickers, mugs and posters of moths that I have designed myself. using my own pictures and photographs of insects. So if you become a member of my Patreon, you are also receiving a lot of things in return for your membership. And not only do higher tier patrons receive gifts and can message me directly to ask questions, you also get the happy feeling that you are supporting the survival of my channel. It is very difficult to be a demonetized YouTuber, and it is only thanks to the crowdfunding and donations that I have the time and budget to produce this show. Anyway, back to the video. Warning, something huge arrived. Guys, what is this? What is this? A big yellow thing is bouncing around. That's the behavior of a Saturnid. Guys, if it's bouncing and flopping on the floor, you can be almost sure it's a Saturnid. Now, oh, it just hit my bag of Doritos. Yeah, I'm a fat ass, okay? I eat Doritos, guys. My taste in food is a bit over the top. Ooh. Now, Saturnids, they don't fly like this in the wild. It's the light that confuses them and it makes them bounce, okay? If they're flying in the darkness, they don't hit or flop on the floor. So they're disoriented by the light and they start to tumble. At the same time, it's still a very typical flight for a Saturnid that comes to light. And I'm gonna see if I can scoop it up with my net. I think it's an Aeaclis species, maybe even the Imperial Moth. Whoop. Oh damn, this, oh man, please don't fly away. Oh, come on. Stupid moth. Okay guys, I'm pretty sure that this is an imperial moth. Scientific name Aeaclis imperialis. Now if you're confused because you live in the United States or Canada, you're thinking, hey, that's a species that also lives in my country. You would be correct. Because the imperial moth is a very special species. It has an incredibly enormous range for a Saturnid. Like this thing is found from Canada to New York, North America, all the way down to Central and South America, all the way down to Brazil. And I don't even know how much south they go. Maybe even up to Argentina, I don't know. We'll have to look that up. But that's a very big distribution. Because you'll have to imagine this, yeah? This moth lives in climates that are as cold and temperate as Canada, with its cold winters and short summers, to the tropical rainforests of the Amazon and Brazil. And that's absolutely insane. I wish it would settle down though. It is going a little bit crazy. If it stops, you'll see that it's perfectly camouflaged like a dead leaf. It's one of my favorite silk moths. It's a very iconic species, and they have like a dozen of subspecies all over the America. So, oops. Come on, silly thing. Please stop flopping. Yeah, this is going to last a while. It's full of energy. We're waiting for it to settle closer to the light. That would be great. Right, I'm getting tired of this. Let's put you in the... Oh, it stopped flying. This is absolutely brilliant. Guys, would you believe that this is a moth? Now, I literally study moths for a living, yeah? But even I could be fooled by this. Actually, that's wrong, because I'm not fooled by it, because I instantly recognized it as a moth. It's because I'm very clever, an absolute giga chat, absolute alpha male that's very intelligent. Oh, where did it go? Oh, come on, don't tell me it flew away. That was one of the most perfect wasp mimics I've seen. It'll come back, don't worry, and when it does, I get the close-up. And like clockwork, a second moth is coming in. Can you see it? And it's another imperial moth, I think. That's weird, because I've been moth trapping for hours. I didn't get any imperial moth, and now there's two coming at the same time. So this must be really the time of the night that they arrive. Now the time is almost 2 o'clock. That's quite late. And it's getting really cold. And for some reason I think that's actually what the species likes. I mean, you don't see them early in the evening. Well, maybe you do, who knows. Could be a coincidence. I'm jumping to conclusions too fast. I am very new in Brazil. Oh, there's also 2 more of these. Yeah, we know these 2 by now. We've seen many of those. Yeah, that's actually a very beautiful specimen. I like to call these banana peel moths. Because, I mean, they obviously look like a dead leaf. But it's boring to call them a dead leaf. Because it's so obvious. But like they all kind of like a banana peel. Like you would slip on them. Anyway. I'm very grateful to have an Aeacles. They are gorgeous moths. Although I'm a bit frustrated that once again it's a male. Once again. Like damn. Really, guys? All I need is just one female that has eggs. This beautiful banana peel beast is Aeacles imperialis, the imperial moth. Possibly the silk moth with one of the largest distributions ever. How did it end up all the way from Canada down to Argentina? Amazing. This is another specimen, by the way. If you pay close attention, you'll see that there are 2 different ones in this shot. Guys, this is a very special moth, and if you paid attention to my other videos I made in Brazil, you may remember the species. But I doubt people take my videos that seriously to remember all the names. Oh, a wasp! Uh-oh. Please leave, please leave, please leave. I'm a bit scared. Please go away, please don't sting me, please don't sting me, please don't sting me. These wasps can be very nasty. Why did the wasp just land on my hand? Go away. Why are you sitting on a moth? Oh my god. I hate you. Like for real? Ah. Phew. Anyway. Please no more wasps. Alright, let's actually try that again. So this is a moth that we've seen on YouTube last year in Brazil. This is common species you get once in a while. Do you remember its name? This is like a giant tropical species of notodontid moth. It's like a giant puss moth, really. And its name is Anurocampa mingens. And Anurocampa mingens is a species. Oh, I got it many times. I got it so many times I'm starting to recognize it instantly. I mean, there's not that many species that look like it, especially its size. But for me it's really cool, because for a notodontid moth, you know, it's a prominent moth. And for a prominent moth, it's actually quite impressively large species. I've only ever gotten males. Personally, I would love to get a female of Anurocampa mingens, but they seem rare. Maybe the females will hardly fly. There's a number of species in Brazil of which the females are rarely seen. Females of some species of moth just barely don't. They just don't fly much, so they are almost never found in moth traps. I'm not sure how rare the female of Anurocampa mingens is, but I've seen this species like maybe a dozen of times. Oh, it's cute eyes though. It's cute little eyes. Very adorable. Yeah, I've seen this species many times at this point. But I will tell you, I've never found a female, and I believe this also to be a male. So that's kind of... Again, one of my research projects in Brazil is to study life cycles of local insects, so I need females, because the females lay the eggs, and the eggs can be used for breeding them in captivity. And if I'm only getting males, then that frustrates my research a little bit, if I'm being honest. Now, the caterpillar of Anurocampa mingens is incredibly gorgeous. Like, have you guys seen a picture of the caterpillar? If no, you're missing out. Like, the larva is very big and beautiful. It's like a giant puss moth, really, but with rainbow colors. And I'm pretty sure that the larva feed on Melastomacea, which is a family of plants that's quite common here in South America. I'm not sure where else they are found though. I know for sure in Europe I don't see Melastomacea. So, but that's the beauty of a moth, isn't it? Oh yeah, you're cute. Cutie, cutie, cutie. Cutie, cutie, cutie. Cutie, cutie, cutie. Cutie, cutie, cutie. Cutie. Ooh, it's so fuzzy. Okay, don't worry guys. Some people are going to go in the comments, Bart, you're hurting it. You're rubbing off its hairs and scales. Shut up. I'm not harming it. I know how to handle them without hurting them, okay? No, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I think that's enough about Anurocampa mingens. Let's put this one back. Yeah, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, this wasp that I'm holding right here is not a wasp. It is one of the most perfect wasp mimicking moths that I have encountered so far. Guys, look at this. When it comes to moths that mimic wasps, this one really takes the cake. Now here in Brazil you have many species of moths that resemble wasps, and this is one of them. You can tell by the antennae, for example. But while most species just superficially adopt similar color patterns, this one actually mimics the very typical Hymenopteran abdomen as well. I think that's called like a gaster, correct me if I'm wrong. But look at his body shape and how convincingly wasp-like this species looks. This is absolutely incredible deception. Let's show you the wasp that it actually mimics. This is Synoica cinea. Native to Brazil and Argentina, Synoica cinea is one of the largest and most aggressive species of social wasp, and it is feared in many rural areas. Synoica cinea is also known for its strong venom. As you can see, they have blue metallic wings and red jaws, just like the moth that mimics this species have. If we compare pictures of them close to each other, the mimicry is even more amazing. So what species of moth is this that we're looking at right now? This is Pseudosphex rubripalpus. It's a species of tiger moth from the Arctinae, Erebidae family. It appears to be endemic only to the Atlantic rainforest in southeastern Brazil, and is the most impressive moth that I have seen today. I am really blown away by this creature. The genus Pseudosphex is very fascinating because it contains a big number of arctid moths, and each of them, well, most of them, have excellent mimicry, and usually they resemble wasps. If we lift it up, we can probably see the proof that it's actually a moth though. Hello there, fake waspy. As you can see on its face, there are two palps. The palps are typical for Lepidopterans. As you can see, its antennae are pectinate, which means it has feathered antennae. Although from the surface, it's just so incredibly gorgeously wasp-like. That is fantastic, wow. That is incredible. I'm really happy to have found this. Its wings are even metallic silver like some of the wasp, metallic blue like some of the wasp that it mimics. Very big moth alert, very big moth alert. I'm gonna use a net. Huh. Oh, I got it. Let's see. I'm so happy. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, this is a new one for my channel. Automeris beckeri. Oh my god, that is fantastic. This is one of my favorite Automeris species. Look at its dark, crazy eyes. Oh, that's beautiful. That's fantastic. What a beautiful species. Wow. Look at that. Automeris beckeri. Oh, I'm going to place this one in an enclosure, in a cage. And when it's calmed down, I'm going to make a close-up of it. Wow! Oh my god. That's so amazing. I love this insect. Woohoo! Guys, there's something really interesting here. Where I'm pointing with my finger. What's this, you're wondering? Some people will say, oh, it just looks like a cockroach. You're right, it looks like a cockroach, but it's not. Can you guys guess what it is? I'll give you about 10 seconds to guess why this is special and why it attracted my attention. 10, 9, 8, what do you guys think it is? 7, 6, 5. What is it? 4, 3, 2, 1? Okay, you're gonna find out. This is a giant firefly. Believe it or not. I believe this is in the genus Cratomorphus. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm no beetle expert. Let me grab it very gently. This right here is quite literally one of the bigger species of firefly that you'll see in Brazil. And if you don't believe me, we can try to take it to a dark place and see if it glows. But the issue is that's very hard to film. Sadly, my camera performs very poorly at low light conditions. If we turn it upside down, we will see. Don't worry, I'm respectful. First of all, we will see it has adorable eyes. Up here, can you see the eyes? They're kind of like two black orbs. That's very silly. And we'll see the glowing organ here on its abdomen. It's already glowing right now, in fact. Ah, look at those eyes. So let's see if we can take it to a darker spot. Okay, let's see, maybe here, where there's a bit of shade. So let's see if it glows. Yeah, did you see that? It's hard to show, but it is glowing. See that glowing organ on its abdomen? So these are two segments it has on its body that it uses to make light. Oh, it smells very bitter. It's probably toxic. Actually, most fireflies that I know of are toxic. Almost pretty much all of them, as far as I know. Do you guys see that? It's faint because, once again, these are low light conditions. But this is a giant firefly. Let's see if it wants to glow some more for us. Ah, it does. It does. Don't worry, guys, I'm being gentle with it. I'm just holding it upside down a little. I'm trying to irritate it a little bit, to be honest. I hope that doesn't bother you. Just because the firefly usually only makes light if you harass it a little. Because it does it as a defense mechanism also. But it's very clear, here you can see it. It is making some light here. Quite hard to show. The light is, I must say the light is not very strong. I expected it to be stronger for such a big species of firefly. I've seen small firefly species that produce more light than this. But bioluminescence is fascinating, I love it. Can you see that? That's a lovely creature. And if you watch my videos, my moth trapping videos, you'll see more species of glowing beetles that I found in Brazil. Actually, the strongest glowing beetles in Brazil are not fireflies, but they are the click beetles, the Elateridae. Not many people know this, but there are several families of beetles that can produce light. Fireflies, the Lampyridae, is the most notable one, I suppose. But actually, the Lampyridae are not the only ones who can make light. There's other beetle families who evolved the same adaptation. And I must say, click beetles are very good at it. In fact, the brightest bioluminescent insects in the world are not fireflies, they are the bioluminescent click beetles, the elaterids. Those are really the masters of bioluminescence. It's a very beautiful species. I am very impressed by it. I really respect these creatures. Some people will say, Bart, you're holding it, it's so bad, and blah blah blah. Don't worry, man. This is for educational purposes, and I know how to handle insects, okay, without killing or destroying them. It's my job, in fact. I work with insects, yeah, I hope that you guys know that I know what I'm doing. But wow. That's cool, huh? That's really cool. And if we take another look before we release it back to nature, where it belongs, of course, we see that it has a big shield and it has really beautiful markings. I'm not sure if my identification of Cratomorphus is correct, but I'll put the right name in the description on this video so you can see the name of this beautiful giant firefly from Brazil. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, but this is a giant firefly from Brazil. And some of you guys will say, well, it kind of reminds me of a cockroach. I see the similarity, but this creature is absolutely a firefly, and to prove it, I'm going to move away from the light a little bit so that it's a little bit darker, and we're going to respectfully hold it upside down, just so that we can see that yes, indeed, this is a firefly. Now, don't worry guys, I'm not hurting it, I'm very gentle with this creature. But in order to show its light organ, we do have to touch it usually a little bit. But here we can easily see how it's producing light. Can you see it? It's a bit faint, maybe. A bit faint, but it's definitely visible. Let's set this little guy free, because I really support the conservation of fireflies. Fireflies are sadly declining because of artificial light, because not only are they attracted to it, but it also disturbs their bioluminescence. And I really hope that this creature, that's so beautiful and so bright, is going to find a mate in the wild, you know, and make babies so that its species can survive. So I'm gonna set it, I'm setting it free, but you can't see it because it's dark. Whee! There you go. But I just set it free. You'll have to use your imagination, because I can't film in the dark. There you go. There you go. That was... Oh, I love that firefly. I love Cratomorphus, if I am correct with my idea. The funny thing about moths is they really come in waves. I've been here all night. I saw 0 Automerus beckeri. But after the first Automerus beckeri arrived, I have 3 males already. If you don't believe me, let me show it. Time to dismount my camera. And I'm looking here on the floor. And you can see, like, here is another Automerus beckeri. This is my butterfly book. And I write down my data here that I'm collecting. But that's irrelevant. So I measure some of the weight and the wingspans of the moths. But that's irrelevant. I'm not gonna share that on YouTube. Oh. So this is our second Automerus beckeri. Gosh, this is a beautiful species. Another Automerus just arrived. I can't believe it. Where is it? So far I've been only getting males. I'm getting kind of sick of the males. Please, just be a girl. Just please be a female. Alright, where are you? Oh, come on. Silly moth. Just let me catch you. Well, it's not so simple, is it? They know to dodge predators and my net, even if it's confused by the light. I have to be careful because there are some rare insects here on the floor. I don't want to crush them. Oh, come on. Get into my net, bro. Come on. Come on. This can be so annoying. Oh my god. I'm trying not to hurt it as well in the process. Oh, there's so many moths now, I'm getting disoriented. Man. So guys, I started catching the Automeris beckeri and I added them to the Hylesia cage. So now there's a giant Automeris mixed with the tiny Hylesias, just to see the difference. And what's annoying is, again I have 3 males. And it's so annoying, like, this night I had so many Saturnids. Like, I literally had, if we count the Hylesia, I've actually had hundreds. If we don't count the Hylesia, I've still had several dozen of Saturnids. We had 2 male imperial moths. We had several male Automeris beckeri. We had dozens of male Cheroderphia and Derphias, and it's just, where's the females, you know, where are the females? It's starting to annoy me. Like, I just need 1 female for my research. Like, oh, this is just... I know that males are more common than females in moth trapping, but this is really ridiculous. Of course, another male shows up. Well, if the Automeris are coming so late, like at 3 o'clock, even to 4 o'clock at night, there's hope that there's gonna be another female, you never know. Never give up hope. Now here are just some of the Saturnids I collected so far. And what's funny is all these species roll up their abdomens when they are stressed, as you can see. Here's some of the Saturnids, silk moths that I caught. These are really cool species, as you can see, really gorgeous, and all of them, they kind of roll up their abdomens when they're angry or upset. It's a defense mechanism that Saturnids in this area, which are Hemileucinae, really use, a defensive adaptation. And these are mostly the males of a Cheroderphia species. It's a really beautiful species though, if you look at the wings. We'll have to wait for them to stop using the thread pose though. But this is a very common species here in Brazil, but what's really annoying is the females are very hard to get at light. I don't think I really see females yet. So, a nice collection though. Now what's interesting is this is not even all of them. Like, there were dozens of this species really. So they're all pretending to be dead. Like, I'll guarantee you they're very much alive. We also here have a giant Derphia male. This Derphia has a beautiful, let's see, oh yeah, beautiful orange abdomen, see? So what's cool is these species have warning colors. Like, and when they're touched, they just start playing dead. But I'm not fooled. It does make it easy to handle them though, because instead of flying away or trying to escape, they'll just sit in your hand pretending to be dead. So yeah, there you go. And what we can do is maybe we can open the wings a bit manually to show the inside. So this is a very nice Derphia. And all of these species have pretty venomous larvae. So that just goes to show that Saturnids in Brazil can be dangerous at times. Very nice Derphia species. Let's see if any of them are willing to stop playing dead. Probably not when I keep touching them, but... Now don't worry guys, I don't touch the moths in a way that hurts or harms them. Okay, I'm gentle. Ooh, with them. My hand is dirty because I've been touching the soil. That's mud. Okay, don't worry. I'm working here in nature, and nature makes your hands dirty. I know people don't like to make their hands dirty anymore nowadays. So what are these beautiful cinnamon-colored silk moths with stripy asses? I believe this is Cherodyrphia opis. And this species right here is endemic to southeastern Brazil only. It is found in the states of Santa Catarina, Rio Grande do Sul and Rio de Janeiro. Here they exclusively feed on a plant named croton. The species seems to have about 2 broods a year on higher elevations in the mountains. This region has many endemic Saturnidae that you can't find anywhere else. Visit me, I suppose. It seems that this species was one of the more common Saturnids tonight. This should be Dyrphia triangulum, although the status of this species is a bit vague. The taxonomy of the genus seems to be a mess. Dyrphia triangulum is endemic to southeast Brazil, Santa Catarina, Rio de Janeiro state and São Bento do Sul and Minas Gerais. A very interesting and fascinating silk moth. Anyway, that's enough about Hylesia. Let's see if there's more stuff coming. Probably. Alright guys, in a short amount of time we went from having pretty much 0 Automeris to having multiple of them. And this amazing beauty here is called Automeris beckeri, and it is found in southeastern Paraguay, northeast Argentina and southeast Brazil, where the larvae feed on many plants such as Sorokea, Urtiga, guava and even banana palm tree in the mountains on higher level elevations. Such an amazing moth with scary and ghostly eye spots. Automeris is one of the most diverse genera of neotropical silk moths, definitely up there together with Hylesia. This beast right here is Silophanes chiron, and it has a massive distribution all the way from Mexico, throughout the tropical American continent all the way down to Argentina. It's also found in the Caribbean, and the larvae feed on Rubiaceae species. Hawk moths, by the way, are very important pollinators. Ah, and here's the tiny hawk moth that you've seen before in the background. Finally, a little close-up for the hawk moth lovers. Now, I believe this to be a Nycteryx lemonia, a very small, tiny, nocturnal, cute hawk moth found in Argentina, Bolivia and northeast and southeast Brazil. Nycteryx can be hard to identify since many species are part of an yet unresolved species complex. People, I would love to keep going, but the sun is literally coming up. That means that there's no more moths coming tonight, sorry. It's already morning, in fact, it stopped being night. But let me show you this. These are all the silk moths, all the Saturnids we collected in one single night. See that? That's an absurd amount, and tomorrow I'll take some extra pictures of them just before I release all of them back into nature, because that's what we do. This is all Saturnids, including many Automeris and such. Very fascinating. At the same time, All of this, guys, all of these are males. I don't know how many we have. We have like so many Hylesia, so many Cherodirphia. We even have a Dirphia. We had two Eacles imperialis, but they flew away. But this shows you, this is a cage full of males. All of them. This is all male. And that just shows how difficult it can be to get a female for breeding. They say that females are more rare than males. Well, this proves it. Like, this is incredible. It's kind of annoying, really, because I was hoping for more. I was hoping for some females, but it's not gonna happen. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed, because I work at night and sleep during the day. Uh-oh, we have to hurry up, guys. The sun is coming up. And I'm not even finished filming all the moths. That's my big problem, my big issue. There are so many insects here, like I can't just show all of them. I have to be really selective. There's more of them than I can film or photograph in one night. It's insane. First of all, I am going to switch off the light, guys. Nope. Secondly, we are going to have a quick look at the light and the stuff that landed on here. This is called a rush hour. When in the morning I want to sleep, I want to go to bed, it's done, it's finished. But there's still some good moths left. So, alright, so here we got a really cool tiger moth. I didn't have the time to film yet. So I hope this little close-up here will please you. Whoop, there it goes. And in the morning the moths usually tend to fly away. So let's take a last look at Anurocampa mingens. Actually that one can stay. It's probably gone when I wake up tomorrow. So it's funny, it's like 6 o'clock now and I'm going to bed and I wake up probably like in the afternoon. Here we have a very gentle and beautiful little tiger moth. Very cute little creature, can you see that? Oh, I'm happy to see this. The tiger moths in this region are worth filming because some of them are hardly ever documented. So here we got actually one of the only leopard moths that we got this night. Yeah, I think this is a Lasiucampid. And you saw here in Brazil, Lasiucampids, compared to other continents, the Lasiucampids are a little bit more scarce, I have to admit. So it always makes it cool when you find one. Although my camera really doesn't want to focus on it, sadly. Alright, let's set it free. Of course, here in the sheet there's a million wasps. We do not mess with those. The wasps here are a bit evil. Thankfully tonight I didn't get stung. So thank you, wasps, for not stinging me for once. That's very kind of you. I hope you continue to not sting me. This would be great. That would be great. Oh wait, before I go to sleep, this is actually one nice moth I forgot to film last night. If any of my viewers are watching this and they're thinking by themselves, hey, it's like a small white witch moth. It's like a mini white witch. Then, well, you're not exactly wrong, but you're also wrong. because it's not a white witch, but it's one of his many relatives. So in South America you actually have dozens of species of witch moths. Some are small, some are large. This is one of the smaller ones. Everyone knows about the white witch and the black witch, but not many people study all the other species that are out there. They're a bit ignored, which is a shame because they are quite interesting and fascinating. So this is more of a highland species, I believe, but this is it's still cute. I'm glad that I noticed it before I went to bed because the sun is coming up. But still, this is not a species that we wanted to miss in the videos. Especially for the true rabbit moth fans here, you know, for the people who like to see the witch moth. This is a good little discovery. How cute. How adorbs. God, I hate that word, adorbs. Why am I using it? Whoop, there you go. Bye, buddy. It's flying away. Can you even see it? No, we can't. Okay, bye. You do have to love the turret moths, don't you? Actually, we love all kinds of moths, but I just love silk moth so much. Look at its silly abdomen. So many species here have like these super colorful abdomens, and they try to threaten you with it, and it's really cute how they do that. I'm not intimidated at all. I'm just melting because it's absolutely cute. I've raised some very rare silk moths from this group actually. If you check out my channel, you'll see their life cycles. One, for example, Paraderphia morula, a species from Mexico that I raised. It was a new species to science. It was only described like a year ago, and I was one of the first people to ever raise it in captivity. It looks like a Derphia, but small and black. And its abdomen was like yellow and red and black. It was very beautiful. Maybe you've seen that episode. Look at this cute abdomen. So cool, huh? Let's see what its wings look like. Don't worry. Ah, kind of fascinating. You can see how it's related to like Automeris, for example, see? You see the similarity a little bit. Well, let's let it go. Poor creature. I love them though. This whole channel is to promote moth conservation, so worry not. I don't have any bad intentions. All of them I release back into nature. It's so awesome though. Folks, thanks for watching. It was a wonderful night. I had a great amount of fun. The highlights for the night for me were the moth that mimics a wasp so perfectly. The Automeris beckeri were amazing. And we saw some new stuff that we didn't see before. Like the giant firefly was also incredible. Woohoo! Thanks guys for watching. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to sleep very late. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I work at night and sleep during the day. And if you subscribe to my channel, I'll be back soon with more moth trapping nights. Oh yeah, I'm just getting started. Oh, and don't forget, if you like the show, consider supporting us. Ciao! It's a good day here at eToro. Good.